All you are is memory. Your body is memory, and your mind is memory. And everything you will ever experience in your life is the past, may it only be a few milliseconds. I understand this is a tough thing to hear, but it's actually true. Your human body does only exist because of memory. It has genetic material that contains millions and millions of years of genetic evolution. You have probably never seen your great-great-great-great-grandfather's nose, but it's sitting right here on your face.
Useful Thoughts Video Podcast.
The genetical differences between humans and chimpanzees is only 3%. In our genes, all stages of evolution are being stored. We still carry some of the genes that we had when we were chimpanzees, reptiles, fish, or even invertebrates. This is the physical memory of our body. This is being taught by evolutionary biology. But what about our instincts? We humans carry a certain pattern, a certain program of behavior that is stored in our genes. So fear, joy, jealousy, feelings of love or mental pain, all these emotions are actually a reaction to something, some situations. We do not learn them. We do not learn how to react. We just do it because these are just instincts. So instincts are obviously also a part of that program which is stored over billions and billions of years in the human genetic material. A child is not afraid in the dark because its mother told it to be afraid. It's afraid because their own instinct tells the child to be afraid because it's dark. And darkness is uncertainty. And uncertainty may be a danger. It's also an instinct of a man to think of sex and become aroused when he sees a beautiful woman. It's also an instinct for a woman to consider thinking of sex when she sees an attractive and successful and wealthy man. It is also an instinct to feel joy when you look at a beautiful landscape or a bunch of beautiful flowers. So we humans, we pretty much share all these instincts. It's sort of a common memory. Well, I guess all animals are acting on instincts. Animals do not consider a situation, they just react on it. So this might be the one thing that separates us from animals in our behavior. We are not that instinct-driven. We feel our instinct, but we have the power to rationalize them, think about them, then actually decide not to react on our instincts, but in a rational manner to get the best outcome of the situation. Animals do not have a choice. They need to act on their instincts because it's the only impulse they get. Some animals, however, listen to humans. My dog does sometimes. What about yours or your cat? You can train animals to adopt a certain behavior, but some instincts are so strong. Think about when a cat sees a mouse. It just needs to catch that mouse. It will be very hard to tell your cat not to catch the mouse. It will be a little bit easier to train a dog not to catch a cat. So overcoming instincts by training animals works on more intelligent animals probably better than on less intelligent animals. I'm not saying that cats are less intelligent than dogs, but I guess most of them are. I'm sorry, cats, but it's the cold hard truth. Suppose there isn't a cat listening to this video anyway. By the way, have you hit subscribe yet? Because if you want to see me again talking about philosophy and psychology in a humorous manner, then subscribe to the channel. So that behavior of the cat catching the mouse, it has been in the genetic material of cats since millions of years, probably since cats and mice existed. And this behavior will be transferred to the next generation of cats. A spider does not learn how to build a spider web. However, a spider web can be pretty complicated. And thinking about the size of a spider and the size of a web, they are actually, wow, really great architects. So a spider just knows how to build a web without being taught to do so. I studied architecture for 6 or 7 years, and still it was very hard to convince people that I'm actually able to design a house. A mosquito does not learn from its mother to sting humans. If they would, you would separate the little mosquitoes from the grown-ups and never teach them about the possibility to sting humans, and our life would be so much better and less itchier. A bird does not learn how to fly. It just gets kicked out of the nest, and if it doesn't fly, punch, ouch. So right in the moment the baby bird gets kicked out of the nest and is flying down to earth, his instinct will tell him to flap with his wings, and the bird will go, oh, I can fly. So this is the memory of instincts, which is very much dependent on the species carrying it. When it comes to human psychology, these forms of memories and behaviors are treated in a science that is called evolutionary psychology, which is a very, very interesting science to learn or to study. So unlike evolutionary theory, which focuses only on the biological aspects, evolutionary psychology talks about our human instincts and behavior and its development over time. In some cases, people react as they would still live in caves. And for these people, the only way to solve a problem is violence. Have you seen the movie Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Arnold Schwarzenegger, actually. In this movie, there's a scene where another warrior asks Conan what he enjoys most in life. And Conan says,
to crush my enemy, see them driven before me, and enjoy the limitations of women.
well, we humans still carry the genes of our ancestors, and among them there were warriors, and for the stronger warriors, actually violence really helped them to save their problems. So what does society do with these instincts? Well, basically, we are learning from society that we are supposed not to act upon these instincts. I guess this is necessary to keep the whole thing running. Because if everyone would just punch in each other's faces, well, your body also carries physical memories of your personal life. So maybe you have scars. Scars are a memory of an accident or an operation. Maybe you have tattoos, which are a permanent memory of that temporary feeling that you needed a tattoo. And now you got one. Live with it. Your haircut may remind you of your last visit at the hairdresser. In my case, I haven't seen a hairdresser for 7 years. I just use a trimming machine. That saves so much time and money. Oh, how I hated to go to the hairdresser. Last time I saw him, he said, I guess it's time to cut your hair off. I did another episode about how I got rid of my hair, and believe me, it was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, so you might want to watch this episode. I'll pin it up here. If you are wearing glasses, your bad eyes could be a memory of thousands of hours you spent watching TV. Your fat belly may be a memory of all the things you have been eating. On the other hand, a jacked, muscular body might be a memory of all the hundreds of hours you've been spending at the gym. How good or how bad you look, it's all a memory of how you've been treating your body. Another form of memory is your personal consciousness, your own memory as a single human being. It's everything which makes you unique. It's the memory of your life. It is all what defines you as a person. All your experiences, your emotions, the people you've met, the talks you had, the places you've been visiting, the relationships you had, the drama, the pain, the languages you learned, the books you've read, the TV shows you watched, the music you've been listening to. That's all your personal memory. Of course, many of these parts of your memory you are sharing with others, as they have been there as well with you at the concert, or they know this song as well, they have watched Two and a Half Men as well. These are shared memories, and they are usually coming to us over the internet, or like VHS tapes in the 90s, or DVDs, or CDs, or vinyl. But now it's basically everything. All our shared memories are coming over the internet. You can also have memories from a dream that you've had, which is actually weird, because dreams you create by yourself, and then you have a memory of something that your brain created. You can be absolutely sure that no one experienced the same dream as you did. Also, when you remember a dream, you are remembering something that never happened, which is really, really odd when you think about it. On the other hand, one could argue remembering a dream is just like remembering a book or a movie, but that's not the case. The movie was actually there. The book also. Somebody else wrote it, they printed it, or you read an ebook, but it's something that's actually there. Your dreams were never actually there, except in your own mind. What does your brain want to tell you what actually does your brain want to tell you when it creates a dream in the first place and then makes you remembering it? Sometimes for minutes, sometimes for days, sometimes for years. I have a dream that I'm remembering since many, many years, and from time to time I would actually revisit this dream and continue dreaming it. It's so weird. I will talk more about dreams in another episode. So now that you're aware of the different forms of memory, biological, genetical memory, the physical memory of your own body, and your personal memory in your mind, what's the conclusion? Well, if everything you experience is memory, try to collect the best memories you possibly can, because they are all you are and everything you will become. That's it for today. Here are some other videos and playlists that you could watch. And yeah, thanks for listening. And as always, see you in the next one, hopefully. Take care.